What if the government literally paid you to put solar panels on your roof? Not a rebate someday, not a tax break buried in fine print. Actual cash in 15 days. That is exactly what is happening right now across India, and the numbers are going vertical. Back in February 2024, the government launched PM Surya Ghar, Muft Bijli Yojana, which translates to the free electricity scheme, and they backed it with a seriously heavy cheek. 75,021 crore rupees. That is the government outlay. The mission? Get rooftop solar panels onto 1 crore households by March 2027. Now when you hear targets like that, you are allowed to be skeptical. India has announced big schemes before. But here is where it gets interesting. Look at the FY26 numbers. April 2025 to March 2026, 21.2 lakh households got solar installed. That is double. Literally 2x what happened in FY25. And cumulatively, we are now sitting at over 32 lakh households covered. Think of it like a snowball rolling downhill. It started slow, gained mass, and now it is genuinely picking up speed. The subsidy is what is driving this. Each household can get a central financial assistance. Basically, a direct cash subsidy from Delhi of up to 78,000 rupees. And the kicker? That money typically hits within just 15 days of installation. For anyone running a solar business, that kind of cash flow certainty is a complete game changer. Geographically, 3 states are absolutely dominating. Maharashtra is leading with 5,15,000 installs. Uttar Pradesh is right behind at 4,34,000, and Gujarat is third at 3,19,000. Together, those 3 states account for roughly 60% of every single FY26 installation. Meanwhile, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu are barely registering. Partly because those states already offer free electricity to households, so the incentive to switch just is not there, and partly because of some messy portal issues on the government side. So that is the setup. A 75,000 crore rupees government push. A demand curve that is bending sharply upward and 3 states leading the charge. The question now is, who is actually making money from this wave and how? Next up, we are getting into the states driving this surge. Why Maharashtra, UP and Gujarat are pulling so far ahead, and what the map tells us about where the real business opportunity actually sits. So the scheme is booming. We established that. But the real question is, who's actually making money off this, and where is the system quietly breaking down? Let's start with the winners. If you're running a solar installation company or you're an EPC contractor, the folks who actually climb up and bolt panels to rooftops, you are in a genuinely sweet spot right now. Demand has doubled year on year. That's not a rounding error. That's a structural shift in your order book. And here's what makes it even better. The 15-day subsidy disbursal window means you're not playing the waiting game for months on end. Your working capital, the cash that keeps your crew paid and your inventory moving, stays healthy. For any business owner who's ever stared at a cash flow gap while waiting on a government check, you know exactly how big a deal that is. Solar consultants, system designers, inspection professionals, freelancers in this space are also quietly winning. There's now a structured government-backed pipeline of work with clear timelines. You can actually plan your calendar, invoice with confidence. That is the opposite of the typical freelancer nightmare. And local panel manufacturers? Protected. The scheme enforces ALMM and DCR compliance. Basically, rules that lock out cheaper Chinese imports and keep the manufacturing opportunity inside India. Now, the friction. And this is where it gets frustrating. A typical rooftop solar system runs about 2 to 2.5 lakh rupees. Not a massive number. But banks are moving slowly, and their loan products are built for bigger ticket sizes. It's like trying to get a 2 lakh rupee loan for a chai shop and being asked to put up 50 lakh rupees in collateral. Customers who are ready to buy are dropping off mid-process. And that directly kills your sales pipeline as an installer. The opportunity is absolutely real. But the last mile, getting your customer financed, that's the friction point nobody's fully solved yet. So the growth is there. The policy is there. The question is whether the financial infrastructure catches up. And that brings us to the bigger picture of what this means for India's energy targets. Let's get into that next. So what does all of this actually mean for you? The business owner, the entrepreneur, the person trying to figure out where the real opportunity sits? Let's get into it. Here's the number that should get your attention. 17,967.5, 3 crore rupees already disbursed in subsidies. That's not a promise. That's not a budget line. That's nearly 18,000 crore rupees of real money already flowing through this ecosystem, with the scheme running until March 2027. The government is committed. The question is whether your business is. Now think of the subsidy like a free food sample at a mall. It makes that first bite cheap and completely irresistible. But once a household starts seeing zero electricity bills for a few months, they want more. A bigger system, a battery backup. And eventually when those panels age out, a full replacement. That's your long-tail demand cycle. And it doesn't end when the scheme does. Some of these households in Maharashtra, UP, and Gujarat are already evolving into what the industry calls prosumers. They're not just consuming electricity anymore, they're selling surplus power back to the grid. That's a brand new customer segment, and it's wide open for energy management services, smart monitoring, the works. So the real strategic question is this: are you built only for the installation moment, or are you building relationships for the full life cycle? Maintenance contracts, system upgrades, energy auditing, all of that grows as the installed base crosses 1 crore households. And on financing, don't wait for your customers to figure out bank loans on their own. Businesses that partner with NBFCs, that's non-banking financial companies, essentially lenders outside the traditional banking system, or build in-house EMI options, meaning equated monthly installment plans, they're going to convert far more leads than competitors who shrug and say, go sort it out yourself. And don't sleep on the laggard states. Karnataka, Tamil Nadu. They're behind today because of portal friction and policy gaps. But those problems get fixed. When they do, that's your second wave. First movers into those markets will have a serious head start. The bottom line is this: this isn't a one-year spike you ride and forget. It's a structural shift in how India powers its homes. The businesses that build capability, nail customer financing, and own the post-installation relationship right now, they'll still be winning in 2028, long after the subsidy headlines have moved on. Follow us for more updates like this. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and X.